Everyone knows that Bruce Lee was an incredible man, but few know that he had a son that was just as beautiful and passionate and full of life as his father. His name was Brandon Lee, and he inherited that 1 in a million quality that could change how the entire world thinks. However, he and his dad differ in this. Brandon, whose life was so inspiring, never got to leave his inspirational mark on this world. No one has any idea how he lived. The only thing we know about him is how he died. It is time for Brandon Lee's story to be told. Hi, I'm Daniel Kennedy, and my whole life people have been telling me that I look like or sound like Brandon Lee. As I pursued my own acting career, I started to discover that the struggles I was facing, barely finding roles as a biracial actor, and overcoming my own personal grief, they were the same challenges that Brandon had to overcome as well. Brandon's father was his best friend, his mentor, and his hero all wrapped up in one. Imagine how Brandon felt when his father died suddenly when Brandon was 8. I think some of you know exactly how that might feel. He stopped studying his father's martial arts. He became distant and angry and self-destructive. All the while, the whole world was expecting him to become his famous father. And he couldn't even talk about him because it was too painful. He wasn't this impeccable, unshakable perfection like his father. He was a regular guy like you and me. Suddenly, in his early 20s, he overcame his grief, fell in love with the most beautiful woman he ever met, and pursued his dreams. And then he left. Wouldn't it be awesome? Wouldn't it be inspirational? Wouldn't it be life-changing to see how Brandon overcame his grief and accomplished his dreams? What would you be willing to give to see Brandon's life on screen and let it change your life? After the success of Orion Studios LLC with our SAG film Metal Gear, we began working with the Oscar-nominated screenwriter of JFK, Zach Sklar, on creating the story of how Brandon Lee discovered that death cannot overcome love. We've been working with Mike Muglietto again, who's returned from Metal Gear to choreograph the action sequences. We've already begun casting Brandon Lee's love, Eliza Hutton. Finally, the Brandon Lee movement has been helping us to make a screenplay that is as accurate and true to Brandon's life as possible. We need $200,000 to finance our budget for this film. And when we reach that goal, don't stop there. We thought about having celebrity endorsements, but we know you don't need famous people to be convinced. Please, help us make this movie right. And together, I promise you, we will make the greatest Brandon Lee biopic there ever could be. Thanks for listening.